So his dad came to me and he's like, hey, my son is very talented and you just have to work with him. Take him under your wing, guide him, this, that, and the next. And I was like, yeah, I'd say that about my son as well. But in truth and in fact, Carlton didn't do justice to Andre and his capabilities. Fascinating athlete. Definitely I got like most of the accolades, but whenever I think they ask me who's better, myself or Andre, I tell everyone Andre is. Like, he has that finesse.
I kind of figured I was going to do a speech, but then I was told the speech was going to be about accepting Kaitlyn into our family. And I was kind of surprised. I was like, she's already in the family.
How wonderful is it when two friends get married? Two lives coming together to intertwine. More than that, two families knitted together. This is a day of hope, a day of joy, but mostly it is a day celebrating love.
July, 5 years ago, she came to the house and she spent some time with us. I mean, she spent time with us several times, but this time was different. She displayed characteristics that I just looked and I was like, wow. My family who were there, they were all, wow, this is a keeper, this is a keeper. And, you know, I sat there and I realized this is the perfect person for my son, you know, the one that we've gone through different battles with. But what stood out more for me that day was, it's not that she was a perfect person for my son, she was a wonderful human being. And for me, I wanted her to be in my family, regardless of she was Andre's fiance, girlfriend, or whatever it was. And I did tell her that, you know, this has nothing to do with Andre, this is for her. She's gonna always be my family, whether it's Andre or not, because of who she is. So this speech is not to accept her into my family, but to be public with everyone so you could know that she's more than a daughter-in-law. She's a daughter, and she is in our family. She's going to be here for life. And I love you, and I know my son cares dearly about you, but I love you for who you are.
2 years ago, when Andre asked our permission for Kaitlyn's hand in marriage, it seemed like this day was so far off on the horizon. I don't think I could have imagined a more perfect day. As I look at this beautiful woman before us, in her gorgeous wedding gown, I can't help but reflect on the girl she was and the woman she has become. Who is Kaitlyn Ashley? For those that don't know, Kaitlyn is, and always will be, Chip, our Pooh Bear. But then, Kaitlyn met this amazingly skilled soccer player who wore number 10 on the men's varsity team. We were told his name was Andre and that he was an American, and they were friends. And perhaps that's when their journey began.
Now I'm going to sit there and talk to you about an individual that is sitting at the head table. He was All-American in high school. He's a scholarship athlete. And the individual that sits beside my little Pooh Bear. I look at him and I go, there's no better partner for my little Pooh Bear. Because ultimately, I look at it and I think, the way they developed each other and they work together is something that I just look at and I go, wow.
It is my honor and delight to declare you henceforth to be husband and wife. You may seal your vows with a kiss.
They met under uncertain circumstances. It was supposedly a date in Andre's mind, but for Kaitlyn it was actually time to study. So Kaitlyn was like, hey, let's go ahead and study together. So Andre went over with his knapsack with no books in there. And by the time he got there, he thought that, hey, we'll just be hanging out for the night. When he got there, Kaitlyn pulled out her books, started reading. Awkward moment for Andre. And that is how, ladies and gentlemen, Andre Simmons will be becoming Dr. Andre Simmons in a few, as Kaitlyn Shore molded him the right way and allowed him to become the man that he is.
Andre and Kaitlyn have impacted my life a lot. Seeing them reach their goals of multiple degrees motivates me to go to college, and even though it may be rough, finish my degree, maybe even multiple. Here's what Julian has to say.
Seeing Andre getting a scholarship for school by getting good grades really motivates me to actually try in school and strive for a scholarship just like him. And with that tough love comes Kaitlyn to balance it out, always having my back and making me feel welcome and included whenever I'm with her. And seeing her strive to her doctorate degree makes me want to become one too.
Kyle and I are extremely lucky to have Andre in our lives. So Andre, thank you for coming into our lives and showing us what a caring, kind, funny, and supportive man looks like. I know personally my fashion sense is solely based on your recommendations. He was actually the one that helped pick out this dress. I had no idea what to pick. He picked 3. You are the person I will go to when I need honest opinions about a male prospect, and you're always by my side when I need a shoulder to cry on. No man will ever live up to you, besides our father, but you're our very close second.
Oh yeah, and Quentin too. We love you! We grew up watching you treat Kaitlyn the way we all wanted to be treated. Right. The kind, doting, loving, thoughtful, and supportive man you were to her. You truly set the standard for all of us. And that's something you should be extremely proud of, and that's something we're extremely thankful for. To everyone here tonight, the love between Kaitlyn and Andre, which we are celebrating tonight, is one many would call a fairy tale type of love, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Thank you for being the best big sister everyone wants to have. Oh. Despite being far away at times, you're always by our side. You are our biggest inspiration. You provide us with someone to look up to and give us a shoulder to cry on, and we are not only proud to call you our big sister, but we are beyond proud of the human you have become. You taught us what was right and what was wrong. You showed us how to be independent and kind. You've taught us how to keep fighting in our darkest hour. We know every One Direction lyric and Sam Smith lyric because of you. Lastly, you've shown us how to recognize our worth and the love we deserve. May today be the start of a life filled with love, passion, and endless happiness. We all love you so much. Thank you for having us here today.
It is my honor to present to you for the very first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Andre and Kaitlyn Simney.
Second year, we end up becoming housemates and roommates. And the school here starts the same as normal. You expect to see your boys after training, but this year, for some reason, I was seeing Andre less and less after practice. Like, he would just be on campus, and I had no idea why. None of my business, but it is what it is. And one night, I just come downstairs, and there's 4 people just hanging out. I see some of our friends, but I see Andre and Kaitlyn like chatting with each other, and I'm like, people are around Springside all the time, so I didn't really think too much about it. But then kind of as the weeks went by, find out Kaitlyn's on the soccer team and they've been spending a lot of time together. And I'm like, okay, it is what it is, but, and as the year went on, their relationship started to progress. I saw them start to develop these feelings and kind of work all that stuff out. Watching them as a young couple kind of jostle for position in the relationship where Andre just kind of wants to do what Andre wants to do. Kaitlyn's still new hanging out with us, so doesn't really talk. She's there at all the dinners and stuff, but she's just kind of hanging out in the back. We're stealing her pots and using them to cook for our dinners and stuff. Never got them back.
Back in the day, everyone has those fun stories where their sibling, parties or goes into something crazy. My sister was spending time studying at 3 a.m. for a biology exam or training for academics. Now, obviously, I'm extremely proud of you today. And her thought all the time was, I don't want to waste my time on boys because they're a distraction. But I honestly think that just speaks to how amazing Andre is. He's one of a kind. He makes my sister extremely happy, and that makes me happy.
We're proud to be your niece and nephew. Hope you have a happy ever after. We love you both.
And from my aspect, looking at everything going forward, you are a dynamic couple.